Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Gundam Marine Type GunDiver. So yeah, once again, this was a premium Bandai exclusive from the HG Gundam The Origin MSD line. So it's kind of like their version of the MSV. It's just Mobile Suit Discovery, just kind of variations of kits. So this is a variation of the Gundam Local Type kit. And as you can see, there's very little of the Gundam Local Type left in this kit. This is one of those premium Bandai exclusives where like the great majority of this kit actually is totally new for this kit. So this is one of those that this is one of those P-Bandai releases that I can see why people get upset about P-Bandai stuff, because usually it's just recolors and things like that. Maybe it has a couple new parts. It's not really that different from the standard release, but in this case, this one is extremely different from the original. I'll show you guys later in the review. I'll obviously put the two of them, compare. You can see them side by side. The other thing about this one is, aside from it just being so many new parts, a lot of the new parts, like all the new stuff on here, is actually like really good quality. This has some really fantastic color separation for an HG kit. I think you'll see, like, as I just get this going around, like all these little color apps here in the front skirts, that's not stickers, that's like orange plastic coming through here in the chest and around in the backpack as well. You'll see all these little bits of orange popping through, and that's all colors, that's all parts feeding through. The only orange that is just a sticker is actually on the front of the kneecaps. That is the only like orange sticker on the kit. There are a couple more stickers. I guess there's a couple orange stickers on the head as well. But like there's a couple really small orange stickers on the head. That's kind of more understandable. On an HG head, you're not going to expect too much part separation, so I mean, can't get too crazy. But there are a couple of more color app stickers that I'll point out again in a moment as well. But even with those stickers, there's still a lot of really nice color separation with this kit. So quite unfortunate that this was not a standard release kit, because it's a really cool, interesting design, and so much of it is actually new and really nice quality for an HG kit. So it's just kind of a shame that more people won't be able to enjoy this one. But yeah, it's a really cool kit. It's gonna look really good once it's all painted up, that's for sure. So yeah, I still get asked pretty often about where I buy my P-Bandai kits. These days I get all my P-Bandai kits through Samuel Decal. I think if you're living around like East Asia, that's a good source. His prices are usually pretty good. If you're living in America, maybe Gente kits. I know like Gundam Planet also carries P-Bandai stuff. Maybe some other sources as well. So I'm not really too sure about like North America or Europe what's the best place. You can ask around there. But if you're living around Southeast Asia especially, use Samuel Decal, it's pretty good. Alright, so for the head here, there's orange stickers here on the side of the head, and that one on the top of the head there is a sticker, but this part there in the center of the V-fin, that's an actual orange part. The chin part, that's an orange part, and then we have this yellow part underneath, which is pretty cool. Interesting shape, like these like ball things here on the back of the head. Orange sticker there for that camera as well, or it's kind of like reddish, and then for the camera there in the front as well. So typical stickers for the cameras, of course. Stickers there for the eyes behind this clear red part, so you have this clear red visor, but then there's a sticker for the eyes behind that, so you can still like see the eyes behind there. The head will go up only about to that far. I think it's kind of hindered a little bit because of the hose underneath the head. So the head articulation is okay. You can see it's kind of coming up there because we have that specific piece for the neck in there, which is pretty nice. Yeah, basically like this torso part, the blue part of the torso, this waist part, that gray part in the center, and these thighs are like kind of the only real recognizable parts from the Gundam Local Type. Yeah, so in the stomach section, we are going to have a little bit of an ab crunch here. You can see between the blue and gray parts there in the stomach, that part is going to bend a little bit, not really a whole lot. And then just basically it's on a ball joint inside there, so you'll get a little bit of movement there if you just bring it up off the ball joint a little bit. Again, here, this is all just actual part separation. The gray part, the orange part, and the orange bits feeding through there, and all of that, these gray parts there on the chest. It's all really quite nice. The shoulder armor, shoulder joint is the kind of swinging polycap that swings up, though, instead of forward. So forward and back movement, you're just going to basically get whatever you can get out of that polycap. Out of that ball joint, I should say. But up, you'll get that to go nice and far up. We can just kind of, if I move this stuff out of the way, there we go. So we get pretty nice movement up there. The shoulder armor, this is the kind of shoulder armor that I like to see, where it's an actual separate piece from the actual like armor part, instead of just being all molded together as just one piece. This is quality shoulder joint there. Double joint there for the elbow as well, so you get a nice full bend in the elbow. Here on this side we have this weapon here. This kind of beam cannon, I guess is what that is, beam gun. We'll get back to that in a bit when we talk about the accessories and stuff. On the other arm we have this claw, and we'll also come back to that. The only part on that moves though is the center claw part, which only moves really a little bit. These ones on the side don't move out at all, unfortunately. A little bit disappointing, but not too bad. Front skirts are connected, but you can separate those by just clipping them in the middle. Again, just this is all actual parts here, no orange stickers. So that's pretty nice. On the side skirt, this side skirt is just like this. This other side skirt is asymmetrical. Here's where we have the, let's see, what were those called? The beam picks, that's right. So you can just pull those out. Kind of quite small beam saber handles here that are just stored up inside this side skirt. Very cool. The back skirt doesn't move at all. But again, here you can take a look at the backpack. The white bits there, that's a sticker for this little white part. This white part at the top is obviously a piece. Here on the side, this is a sticker here as well, this darker blue and orange. That's a sticker, but these little bits of orange, that's actual parts poking through. Here in the center, that's all orange parts there, of course. And then here on the legs, the only stickers on the legs are just on the side of the feet here, those blue stickers on the side of the feet. The main part is dark blue, and then you have that lighter blue. It's just a sticker on there, everything else, and then the orange for the kneecaps there. Everything else is parts. So we have the hip joint that will swing forward and back, as we saw in the local type. That makes it really good for kneeling. This Gundam can kneel quite well. And so we have a rotation at the top, double joint at the knee, going to give you a nice full bend there. Just a lot of great part separation and details around on this leg here too. Really cool design. And the ankle joint, again, same with the Gundam Local Type. Unfortunately, the ankle armor is just molded into the leg, so that ankle armor part doesn't move at all. But the foot articulation is pretty nice. You can go forward to there, back to there, and side to side. Just a bit, not really a whole lot. I still don't really care too much for the foot design of this. I didn't like it on the Local Type either, but it is what it is. Underneath, you have pretty much full details there as well, which is also nice to see on an HG. As for the other stuff you get with this kit, just a reminder, you do get this set of sticker markings. Didn't use any of these and won't, just because they won't look good on the dark plastic. They looked okay on the Local Type because it's white, but on this one they won't really. We do get a wire for that claw, so that can come off. Here we can just pull that out. See, that just pulls out of the arm there, and you can just attach one into the end of the wire inside this part here on the arm, and then the other part to the end of this. But I feel this is kind of heavy, and this wire is really light, so it's probably not going to hold that up. As you can see, that's just kind of going to droop down. There's just no way that's going to hold that up. But if you did this in some sort of diorama, you could just pose this actually like attached onto something. It'll look pretty cool. But unfortunately, as it is, this wire is not really strong enough. I guess if you like balance it right, you can sort of get it to stay up. It's just a kind of balancing act you would have to work out with that. And you could sort of get it to do something like that. Not bad, but anyway, I wish they would have used a little bit larger gauge of wire for that. Also, as you can see here, hollow on the underside of there. I know a lot of people don't like hollow spaces. That's easy enough to fill with putty or something, but if that's the kind of thing that bothers you, just be aware of that. Here on the other side, I did also forget to point out this sticker here. There's a blue sticker on that. This is just white parts. So there's a blue sticker on there. This part can come off, and then you can use this just as a gun on its own. And it's kind of hard to get this handle out here. You just fold down the handle like that, and then you've just got like a beam gun there that you can just hold in the hand and use that as its own kind of thing. We do also have two beam saber effect parts. These are the shorter type ones because they're beam picks instead of beam sabers, so I guess they're just going to be shorter beam, maybe lower power, I guess, I don't know. Then we do also have, aside from just the holding hands on the kit, we do also have one trigger finger hand. I just have it already here attached onto the rifle, the Dolphin Rifle. This should be much more colorful, as you can see here. I think, well, this is showing in the base form. Let's see, there's no image in the manual of what it should look like painted. Anyway, that's on the outside of the box, but this should have a lot more color apps on it, so this one is pretty lacking in terms of the color apps. Obviously, it's just two pieces, so we can just pull that apart. So here's like just the basic rifle there. No sticker for the camera lens or anything for that, but pretty simple, just basic beam rifle. Cool design there. Yeah, and then these parts just fit around that. So you just kind of attach this onto here, and then the other side just kind of sandwich around that if you want to have it like in this water, I guess that's sort of like a water casing there. So that's it for the accessories. So pretty cool stuff though, I think. Definitely, I mean, it's all new stuff. This is nothing that, there's nothing in terms of the accessories and stuff, nothing is recycled from the Gundam Local Type. It's all totally new stuff. So again, it's just another point of just how much new stuff is actually going into this model. Alright, so here it is compared with the Gundam Local Type. Again, in terms of recognizable parts, I mean, I guess the main chest part, the stomach part, the arms, the thighs, and the feet, and then the joints are all the same, but yeah, pretty much everything else is all just totally new. One thing I did forget to point out on the GunDiver is that there is a seam line on the shoulders as well, and of course there'll be a seam line on the weapon, on the rifle, if you're going to use that like marine casing for that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you can tell that they're like similar, but they definitely look very, very different in terms of their designs and just overall. So you can definitely tell that like the one is very different variation. So pretty cool set, definitely worth having both in my eyes, where other things like other P-Bandai kits where it's just a recolor or something, again, not always going to be worth getting both, but in this case, yeah, definitely worth it. Right, so as I said, the wire can do the job, barely, not great, but it's okay, I guess. So anyway, one thing I did also forget to mention, it was that those armaments on the arms, the plugs are exactly the same. So if you wanted to switch them, or if you wanted to just have one off, or whatever, or if you for some reason had two of these, you could have one with like two claws on the arms, or you could switch the beam gun to the other arm and not use the claw or whatever. Anyway, those are interchangeable, so should also remember to mention that. Also, if there's anything that I kind of wish that the kit had that it doesn't come with, I mean, it does come with a lot of new stuff, like again, especially for being a P-Bandai kit. But there's one thing that I also wish it had was some more expressive hands, because the kit, like its Gundam Local Type cousin, is really nicely posable. The articulation is really nice, and you can get some really nice dynamic poses out of this. So it would be cool if it had some more expressive open hands. But of course, you can always use some like option hands or something for that, which I think would definitely be a worthwhile purchase. If you're going to spend the money to get like a P-Bandai kit like this, or even the Local Type, which is actually kind of expensive for just a regular release HG. And I believe, if I remember correctly, this is like the exact same list price, strangely enough. But yeah, if you're going to be getting this kit, either this one or the Local Type, I would maybe definitely recommend getting a set of open hands for it as well. And I gotta say, the beam gun there is really kind of definitely my least favorite like accessory for this kit. It's cool that, I mean, it has the gimmick of like it attaching onto the arm, and then it can come off and like be its own separate weapon. And if you're the kind of person that likes pistols, it kind of looks like just a little bit oversized pistol, which is kind of cool. It's definitely a different look from the rifle that's also included with the kit. So, but I mean, it definitely could use some paint. I mean, the whole kit is gonna look much better when it's painted, because it's just a really like color app heavy design. So obviously they've done a lot, I think, just in the bare plastic and a few stickers. They've done a lot to cover a lot of the color apps, but still, fully painting it and doing all of that extra little detail work and everything is definitely going to make everything look a lot better, including that little beam gun there. Especially because like the one main color app that's definitely missing is the tip of that is supposed to be orange. I think that would definitely add a lot to making the design look a little bit better. So that's going to pretty much do it for my review of the Gundam Marine Type GunDiver. This is definitely a cool kit, definitely worthwhile the purchase of getting a P-Bandai kit. I know a lot of people don't really like P-Bandai. For a lot of people, P-Bandai kits are really hard to find. But I think if you like this design, this is definitely one that's definitely worthwhile seeking out and getting, maybe paying a little bit more for, because again, like I've been saying, unlike most P-Bandai kits where it's just a recolor or something, this one is basically an entirely different kit that you just can't get, unfortunately, any other way. So if you do like the look of this, if you like that really cool, like unique MSV sort of look to it, and I think you should definitely paint this one. I mean, it looks really great just out of the box, but it's going to look much, much, much better once it's all fully painted and everything. I recently, in a recent episode of Gunpla News, in my featured section, I featured a painted build of this by one of my favorite builders recently, Yupa, and it's really, really beautiful when this kit is all painted up. So definitely check that out if you missed that episode. But that's it for this review, guys. Thanks for watching. If you do have any other questions or comments, you can leave those down below, as long as you're not asking me where to buy it, because I honestly couldn't really tell you. Again, if you're living in Southeast Asia, hit up Samuel Decal. Other than that, I'm not really too sure. So thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.